Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about the case of Lilly and Jack Sullivan. What if the official timeline or the unofficial timeline that Daniel Martell and Malehya Brooks-Murray, the children's stepfather and mother, is all a lie? They said Lilly and Jack Sullivan vanished Friday morning. But what if they were already gone by Thursday night? And now new statements from family members just makes the truth even harder to find. Tonight we're breaking down the Thursday night theory. We're going to see if we can find some more answers in all of the bogus that they are all putting out in this case. And we're going to start on the other side of this.
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you'll see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. The way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come and hear. You all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justice heart and your support, together we will hold the fort. Lily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is July 20th, 2025. It is currently 10:10 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So there is some big news coming out right now, and that is Daniel is now, I'm about ready to jump through the fuck screen, y'all. I am ready to jump through the fucking screen. Daniel, what the is wrong with you? Daniel is saying now that Malehya was never at the end of the driveway. Never at the end of the driveway. I want to play a little something, little kitty kitty Durwood. Guys, you're probably going to get Spicy Justin tonight. I'm just going to tell you right now, if you don't like Spicy Justin, this might not be your night. Okay. It might not be your night. Okay. Stop lying, Daniel. Stop lying on a 4 and a 6-year-old. Who could even believe you, Daniel, to begin with? Who could even believe you? Seriously. What the hell is wrong with you? Guys, by the way, just a side note, I need to correct something, but I still stand by it to a point. The other night, I said Jack and Lily. Belinda saw Jack and Lily pictures with bruises. It was only Jack. So I wanted to correct that overall. Okay. But nonetheless, if there's bruises on Jack, it's not too far-fetched to think there would be eventually, if not, bruises on Lily. So I stand where I stand, okay? So I just want to clear that up as well. Mr. Daniel, you used Durwood as your puppet. And Durwood lapped it up, didn't he? Spicy Justin is my favorite. Thank you so much, Mini Panthers. Really do appreciate you. Guys, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Consider sharing the live out. 9 months. Love you. Love you too, Miss Panda. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, Minnie. Okay. So, there's that. Daniel. Well, yeah, NS. I'm getting things. I'm getting the messages as they come in. Lily gave Jack the black eye in the photo. I'm getting them as they come in. Lily gave Jack the black eye in the photo. This is a man that also said CPS came there for Jack and Lily's learning disabilities. You lying sack of garbage, Daniel. Shame on you that you are lying about a 4 and a 6-year-old who, in my opinion, at the very, very least, Daniel, was neglected. How do you feel about that? At the very least, we know that these kids were neglected, in my opinion. Absolutely neglected. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. So, I just want to show you. You guys, you know what you would think you would do? All of you lying SOBs affiliated with that property, you would think you would compare notes before you would start yapping your mouth. But you don't even have enough self-discipline to do that. You have no self-discipline whatsoever. You guys are absolutely impulsive. Jump, jump, jump out the door. It's all a cover. It's all a cover. And you know something? I believe the reason they are getting so much shit wrong of Friday morning is because I think something happened Thursday night, maybe early hours of Friday morning. But you got Jayne out there with the rake, and Daniel's out there, you know, allegedly working on a fence. Allegedly working on a fence. They are. They are, Miss Matt Murphy. They are. And the only thing they'll say about that is hardly anything, really, except I was working on a fence. I was setting up a pool. No, I was digging hole, or I was filling in holes with rocks. All of that. And that's the reason I think your ass was up, Malehya. Your ass was up, Daniel. Your ass was up, Jayne. All of you guys was up all night long, in my opinion, because Jayne, you say you hear Daniel and you don't think nothing of it. And you remember, you could hear everything because you just heard the kids and then silence. Now, tell me what kind of sense this makes. She hears the kids. Listen, think about this for a minute. She hears the kids playing, then nothing but silence. And then a little bit later, she says, Daniel comes out and starts yelling for the kids, right? Because she's thinking they're going to, Jack might have gotten in the chicken coop and let the chickens out, or he's yelling for them back inside. Now, why would you think that, Jayne, if they were silent? Remember, you can hear everything in the yard. So why would you still think they were outside if they were playing all of a sudden and then silence? Why would you think that? Let's get real, Jayne. And also, like I said yesterday, if you thought your chickens were out, you would have gotten your ass up. You would have gotten your ass up, Jayne. And you know that. It's insanity. I have never, ever, 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 ever seen so many people lie so obviously. So obviously. And it's just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. So I will show you this real quick. If he says anything, I get it immediately. But this is what he is saying right here. Now, Lilly gave Jack the black eye in the photo. Classic liar. You are such a classic liar, Daniel. You are. I don't know. Listen, your new girlfriend, I've warned her. Run, bitch, run. Fast. Pronto, or you're going to be just like them. You're going to be just like them. Period. Period. It's that simple. You could not, for any amount of, you could not think much of yourself, ma'am. You could not think much of yourself. By putting yourself there while all of this is going on, saying how he loves Malehya and would never say nothing bad about her. And, 75 days later, we've moved right on. We've moved right on. And here we are. That escalated quickly. That escalated quickly. Thank you so much, Sandra. Really do appreciate you. Love your passion, Justin. Keep up the pressure. Stay classy. Thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate you 5 months. Really do, honey. I get so livid that these bastards lie on a 4 and a 6-year-old who were neglected at the very best, at the very, very best. And I, in my opinion, these two believe or know more. They know more. Too many excuses. Yes. Yes. Too many excuses. You know, I can understand if Daniel says, you know, something slightly different and people, you know, run with that and, you know, and flip it and twist it and everything. But that's not what is happening here. These are totally different. Totally different. Totally different. Now he's saying Malehya wasn't at the end of the yard. Which, Durwood, I really hope you know this. Daniel is talking shit about you behind the scenes. You're welcome. So there's that as well. He doesn't believe you at all. Jayne might, but it's ridiculous. Let's listen to a few things that Durwood said, because I'm going to we're going to talk about Thursday and all that. Get your favorite beverages, get everything you need. We're going to be here a little while. I worked till 8:30 this morning editing a video. I'm starting to do long form content as well, and I am doing a new filming area for my new long form content. I'll be sitting in like a chair and a nice background and stuff like that. It won't be in this video. It's the setting is right here for this video, but make sure you start checking out my video sections as well, because I'm going to be doing long form content of current cases and previous cases as well. So there's that. Okay, guys, let's get it started. I want to just play a few things that old Dirtwood said in the beginning. How he, you know, was 1,000% sure of his own bullshit. Just ridiculous. I'm really sorry for my mouth this evening, guys. I really am. But it just amazes me that people just say anything. Just say anything when two children are missing. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? These are human beings, Daniel, Durwood, Malehya, Jayne. These are kids. Why can't you just say the freaking truth? Why? Because it might land you in prison? Is that what you're scared of? Is that what you're scared of? Do you love Lilly and Jack? Do you love them? Then if you know where they're at right now and they're not in the place that they are supposed to be, then do the right thing. They don't deserve what happened to them. They don't deserve the way that they were treated. And they don't deserve to be out in wherever they are right now, while so many of your community members searched day and night, night and day to find them. And that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, I want to play a couple things old Dirtwood said here. Let me see if I can find. Ooh, wait 1 second, guys. I gotta. Damn, where'd I do with it? Okay, it's library. I think it is. We're getting some storms here, man. Okay, here we go, y'all. Do we got old Dirtwood here? All right. Just going to upload this. And Dirtwood, you should be embarrassed. You really should. The way you're talking about the RCMP, listen, be critical. But the way you're talking about them, just cussing them whenever you can't believe 2 iotas of a word from you. Save it. Save it. I think Durwood and old Janie be good together. Here we go. Guys, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. I want you to listen to this. This is Durwood talking here. Maybe. What? Hold on. Did it not freaking record? Okay, hold on 1 second. If not, we'll go to something else. Let me just see if I can fix this. 2 seconds. Is my volume up? All right. Okay, we'll go on to something else then. Yeah, brain flakes, we know. I've got it all coming into me as it happens. I already said it. I get it instantly if Daniel is in any chat. I've got it. So, okay, thank you, Roxanne. Good to see you, love. So, Thursday night, Janie says she is outside, right? Outside. My people in Nova Scotia that's in here right now, that evening, that night, it was raining, right? It was like on and off raining, right? I think something happened. They got home, and something. Oh, I got to show you guys this. Did y'all see this little video of Lilly and Jack? Oh my God, it's so cute. Y'all. Do y'all see this little video? Hold on. Damn, I might have to screen record it. Shit. I can screen record it right now, I guess. Well, I'll get to it in a second. It was raining. Right, Bruno. Exactly. It was raining. Janie is filling in potholes. I mean, who's going to put up a fence whenever it's going to be raining during then or in the days to come? Right? Hey, girl mom, good to see you. Who's going to put up a fence if there is going to be expected rain? Right? If you're digging holes, believe it or not, I was raised a country boy, and I have used post hole diggers. Yeah, I've used them. The only thing you're going to fill up with post hole diggers is digging a pond. That's the only thing you're going to do. In my opinion, CPS had enough to remove them Black eyes is enough. I agree 1,000%. Raking the dirt from what her dog did or what? Yeah. May 2nd, who puts up a pool like Janie says? That's a very good point. Mick, that's a very good point. Because May 2nd, like, I'm in the mid-Atlantic part of the United States, and the pools doesn't even open up here till the end of May or the 1st of June. Right? Planning for a plastic pool. Exactly. I mean, the leaves weren't even out there at that time. Right? Oh, Valerie, thank you so much. You are so cute. Hold on, baby. 1 second. Guys, just 1 second. I got to fix my lipstick for Valerie. Give me 2 seconds, babies. 1 second. Valerie's mad because her lipstick isn't as good as mine. There you go, Valerie. You okay, girl? I got little brains behind this lipstick, baby. Okay. There you go, honey. You say that like it's a bad thing, Valerie. Okay, moving on. It can't be on the drive when she used more gravel at the end of the shed. Well, Valerie, she's no longer here. In my opinion, that says so much about their stories apart from the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Miss Seeker. Good. You're at your year, girl. How you doing? I love your spicy passion for the missing. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you very, very much, my dear. And Shannon, thank you, loves. I appreciate you so much. Good to see you, love. Hope you are well, Miss Shannon. And Miss Christine. Hey, Christine. Good to see you, love. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, Enid. Good to see you. She said the only footprints were she was right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. The only freaking footprint, not print, right? Footprint is right there at the pool, right? The entire yard is mud. It's mud. I think she's as deaf. Yeah. Think so? Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Pippa. Hey, good to see you, love. Hope you're well. Thank you so much. The one footprint she missed raking up. I don't know. But she totally messed up. I made some notes today. I got 900 things going through my head at once. But about, I think I told someone this, talking about the things that they are going through. Okay. Janie said the kids go back inside and she doesn't know what happened. That is why they speak about things that doesn't make sense on Friday morning. Yeah. Not long. Malehya was ready. I think they were up absolutely all night. And that's why there was a lot of things taking place at 6:15, 6:30 that morning around that time frame. Also, Notice this. Notice this. After the kids go missing, there is 2 blowups. 2 blowups. People always saying, "No, Justin, there was one. There was the one blowup." That is absolutely not true. They most people only talk about one blowup. There was 2 blowups that day on Saturday. 2 different blowups. And one of the people that was there, I can't remember, she even talks about it. What? Now, you know how high strung Janie is. She doesn't seem like a very nurturing person, if you ask me. I think these blowups were absolutely common at this household. I think it was always Daniel popping off or Janie popping off. PH. What did PH say? Hold on. Where's PH? Who's the one-legged person? One-legged person? I think the interview was correct. There were allegedly 2 prints report there and later 1 print near the pipeline. Yeah, don't mention any other creators, please. If they owe rug money, perhaps. Perhaps. Most likely. Oh, Soldier Girl, be safe, girl. Thank you, Anne. What kind of are going outside with their jackets? Well, yeah, just maybe their diaper. I think the one knows Green St. John. Yeah, I got you, PH. I'm getting I get everything. If he says anything, I get the message anyways immediately. Okay. So moving on. Moving on. Yeah, okay. So let's listen to this for 1 second. Oh, I forgot. I was going to show you all this yesterday. I said, don't let me forget this. And you all probably reminded me. But I just want to play this real quick because she said something here with a specific word.
The Nova Scotia RCMP's
Hold on.
intensive
How the hell do I turn
investigation
this
into
up?
the disappearance
Hold
of
on.
Lilly and Jack Sullivan continues. The investigative team in the Northeast Nova Persons
Come on.
Act. They are assisted by RCMP units in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario, along with the National Centre for Missing Persons and Unidentified
Why is it
Remains.
so low? Oops. Why is it so low?
The Nova Scotia RCMP's intensive investigation into the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan continues. The investigative team
Is
in
that
the
low to y'all?
Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crimes Unit is leading the investigational efforts under the Missing Persons Act. They are assisted by RCMP units in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario, along with
1
the
second.
National
Let me
Centre
find it
for
like
Missing
this.
Persons and Unidentified Remains, the Canadian Centre for Child Protection, and provincial and
Because they say
municipal police
something very
agencies from
interesting
Nova
here
Scotia and
that
other
I
parts
do
of
want
Canada.
to
Their
show
efforts
you
include
right here.
reviewing approximately 5,000 video files that have been obtained through a video canvas of Lansdowne Station and the surrounding areas, assessing more than 600 tips from the public, formally interviewing more than 60 people, including the administration of
2
polygraph
seconds.
tests to some
It was 4
individuals,
days ago.
forensic examination of
Is it
materials
still
located
low?
through ground and air searches in Lansdowne Station, including a pink blanket that officers seized on Lansdowne Road, and submitting judicial authorizations to
This is what I'll
seize and
do.
examine materials and devices that may provide information useful to the investigation. Right now, there are more than 800 tasks associated to this investigation. A tremendous amount of careful, deliberate investigative work is underway.
Okay. Damn, why is it so low? It wasn't low like that the other day. Okay. Lilly and Jack maybe I can pull it up on Facebook. Lilly, Jack Sullivan, no RCMP update. See if there's a video of it. Let me do it like this. Listen to this. Sorry, guys. I
was
apologize.
right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lilly and Jack. So I jumped straight up out of bed. Silence is never a good thing when you have kids, because you know they're getting into something. And then we noticed the boots were gone. We went outside, made our way into the backyard.
I don't believe that they noticed the boots were gone. I do not believe that they looked for the boots. I don't believe it. I don't even think they probably even knew where the boots were. Right. Listen to what he says, though.
Me, she was still asleep, because you know they're getting into something. And then we noticed the boots were gone. We went outside, made our way into the backyard.
We noticed boots were gone. We went out into the backyard. Passion flower. I don't know if you heard me the other day, but I've been working a lead on this. And you got to remember, that is why the CPS originally went there. And they were, one second. Okay. But that's the reason CPS was originally went there. And in my opinion, there was some other reason about the kids missing school Thursday and Friday. I don't believe that there was a cough enough to keep them out of school at all. Janie says Malehya never takes the kids to town unless Daniel goes with, which I don't believe that, to be quite honest with you. Fatal dog attack. You know, I used to scoff at that idea, to be quite honest with you, Lakeside. But I do wonder now. I give it a little more possibility because there was 2 dogs there, in my opinion. But I believe there was something that was keeping them home Thursday and Friday. I do too, Tammy. I think something happened Thursday. I think Malehya was doing everything in her. There was, what's the word I can say? There was an exodus coming. And that was Malehya was leaving. And did Daniel find out? I don't know. See, I lean more towards the accident because that's the only way, other than if Malehya is afraid. But you know, we're going into 3 months into this, in a couple weeks. We're going to 3 months into this. I would think she would have flat out said something by now. Right? She let her dog out and there was that dog didn't bark one time. Nope, sure didn't. Why is there so many secrets, right? If Justin's dog was there, it was there. But that's not what we see. Oh, I need to find something Belinda said. Let me play
We didn't
this.
see them
Listen
anywhere.
to this.
And
One
Malehya
second.
said, should I call 911? And I said, well, just wait 1 second.
Should I call 911? Let me just wait 1 second. Now, they are all not being truthful here, right? Because you hear Malehya say it was instinctual for her, which is a very bizarre thing to say, in my opinion. But she said it was instinctual. Daniel says Malehya asked Daniel, she's like, and Daniel is using it as a means to attack Malehya, in my opinion. Daniel says Malehya said, well, should I call 911? And in the text messages, Daniel says, of course, your fucking kids are missing. But Daniel, here you say, just wait 1 second. Just wait 1 second. Let me run up this hill. You don't think you would be able to hear kids playing right beside your yard? Kids are not quiet. They're not quiet at all. Right? Kids are playing.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods. 911. And I said, well, just wait 1 second. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods.
Did you hear that? I just now caught that. I ran up to the kids. They have cabins. Could have been an honest mistake, but it could have been linkage as well. Did you hear that? I ran up to the kids in the woods. They have cabins. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to play it again.
Woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods.
Hear it?
I don't know, 100 feet up in the woods. The kids, they have cabins up in the woods. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods.
Y'all hear that? I just now got that. I ran up to the kids. They have cabins in the woods. I just now noticed that.
Ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods. Well, just wait 1 second. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods. It's about, I don't know, 100 feet up in the woods. Ran up there, ran right back down, which only took me like 30 seconds. And I was screaming for Lilly and Jack. You know,
it's best to do it. We used to do this in a lot of crime cases on my channel. We would take the picture completely off because the picture is actually distracting you. So if you take off the picture and you slow it down and you listen to the words. But yeah, we can slow it down. Let me see here.
all the way out when I was running up to the cabins, 30 seconds. And right back down, so which only took me like 30 seconds.
1 second.
But I don't know, 100 feet of woods to the kids through there. I ran up in the woods to the kids through. They have cabins up in the woods.
Hear it?
And I ran up in the woods to the kids through. They have cabins up in the woods. 1 second. I ran up in the woods to the kids through. They have cabins up in the woods. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods. It's about, I don't know, 100 feet up in the woods.
Yeah, he does. He thought he was in the car. Now he's running. Oh, that's exactly what I'm saying. Pink butterfly. Because listen, he says he never mentions one thing, not one iota, ever, for the last 76 plus days of these children going missing. He never says he sees his mother in the woods. He never says there is any interaction with his mother until he comes in this chat. And then he says, because I asked him about the four-wheeler, the ATV. And I said, Daniel, why were you searching the 20 and 30 acres on your ATV when you said you were you, quote, immediately jumped in your vehicle, end quote. And he says, I sat on the front of the four-wheeler, even though he said he was never on the four-wheeler searching for the kids. And then Jayne comes out and she says, and this is Saturday, she says, Justin and I are on the ATV next to the pipeline. And when we were at the pipeline, we see Daniel by the trail. Okay. Daniel's by the trail. You mean the trail where the boot print was found and the blanket? That trail? Oh, absolutely playful. Absolutely. They need to search, look at the cabins. Didn't Jayne say no ATV there for 5 years because neighbor steals? Well, Tina, Daniel says we don't have an ATV on our property. So that means they either have to have that ATV, if they don't have it on the property, they either have to have it at Justin's or Daniel's dad. Daniel's face on Super Grover. That's so funny. That's so funny. Thank you, Pippa. Thank you, Christine. I don't know if I thank you, honey. If I missed you, I'm so sorry, honey. I apologize. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. Good to see you, my dear. Maybe they were in ad early in the morning because whatever happened must have took most of the night for them to cover up, in my opinion. Yep. They called Justin with something. Well, it also sounds like Jayne, she has, from what I understand, and I think she even mentions this, she has like 4 brothers because they were supposedly help searching. But it sounds like she's closer to one of the brothers. And I wonder if she called her brother when this was going on. Did Daniel always have his cell phone on him? RCMP could track his whereabouts from May 1st onward. If he had it with him and if he had it on, and perhaps, yeah. Weird how her brother called right before the kids screamed. Well, I think the 6 a.m. is very interesting. All right, let's listen to this. Let's find this. I'm going to show y'all something. I've got to find it.
Ran up there, ran right back down, which only took me like 30 seconds. And I was screaming for Lilly and Jack. all the way out when I was running up to the cabins.
She said she had more brothers there,
And
Mohawk.
my mother heard me, so she came out and
Not at all.
said,
Nope.
what's going on?
No, you didn't, ma'am.
And I said, Lilly and Jack are missing.
I don't know how. Like, if I was in their shoes, right, and there was this big, like I said, oh, she came out because I woke her up screaming, and then mom saying, I heard him screaming, but I didn't think nothing of it. I would never, there's just no way to straighten that up. There's just no way to straighten that up. Right? The RCMP would have access to EDR from his car if they are checking it. It depends on what year his car is as well. I want to know it. Daniel's, car, I don't know if it's hard to tell though. Heard him 2 different times screaming. I don't know. But she certainly didn't go out. Didn't Jayne say that Malehya? Yes. Absolutely, Canada. Jayne said she walked outside. However, she got out there and she sees Malehya outside, standing in the driveway. She's coming out from, she's got the baby on the right side of her hip. There have always been insinuating that she was coming out from the road. Right? No, I don't think it's no body, no conviction. That's not necessarily true, and especially I don't think in Canada per se. But Daniel said your mom. She said she asked Malehya, not you. Yes, precisely.
The next thing you know,
Well, that's
come out of the trailer
Come on,
after I
Jenna.
heard Daniel.
Let's
About, I'd say, 10 minutes after I heard him, I come out of the trailer. I opened up the door.
Jayne, you dozed back off. You dozed back off after you heard Daniel. If you thought your chickens were out, Jayne, you would have got your ass up. If maybe I need to help them with their story. I don't know. It's so sad how really bad they are.
Was standing here. Malehya was standing.
Yep.
Right here. With Meadow on her hip.
Now, again, think about this. 10 minutes before Jayne says this happens. I know, right, Babs? She says she's hearing Daniel scream for the kids. Now, to come inside or the chicken things. Don't you think the first thing Daniel or Malehya or anyone who has kids and there's someone else or any other structures on the property. Now, let me just show you what doofuses these people are. They don't think. They don't think. They are all going up to these little cabins. Let me, hold on. Where the fuck's these cabins? Let me show you these cabins. We're at 134. Let me just show you this. Y'all are bad at this, guys. Daniel, Janie, y'all are bad at this. Well, shit, I don't know if it's up. Maybe it's right here. Hold on. Well, anyway, I'll just show you. They're up here at these little makeshift cabins. They're looking in those makeshift cabins, but y'all aren't even looking in the damn yard. Daniel, you're looking in these makeshift cabins and everything else, but you don't go to your mom's. Forts, thank you. You don't go to your mom's. Malehya doesn't go to your mom's. You don't look in the chicken coop. You don't look in the other building beside the chicken coop. You're not looking in the swings. You're not looking in the cars. You're not looking under the trailers. Could have text mom. Well, why wouldn't they say that? And why wouldn't they show an evidence if they did? But they're looking in this pile of logs up in the top of their yard. Both of them. Janie says she goes up there. Daniel says he goes up there. But they don't look in their cars. They don't look in Janie's place. They don't look in the chicken coop. And there's another building beside the chicken coop. None of that. Right? I don't think they were allowed over at mom's RV. Still, doesn't matter. You check everywhere. She reminds me of one of the Golden Girls, the old one. Oh, Sophia Petrillo. The others to see looks like a burn pile. Yeah, it is. It really is. And Malehya's just standing there on her hip. Malehya, think about this. She says Malehya is just standing there in the yard with the baby on her side. Doing that. Dorothy. Gotcha. Wasn't Meadow sleeping? Good point, JD. Good point. Good point. She must have woken up. Right. But she's just standing there, not going towards Junkyard Janie's stuff. Not going towards that. Any of that. It's actually suspicious you say that Janie's or Justin hasn't been mentioned much. Why would kids wander into the backwoods when Janie admits Jack wouldn't? Yeah. But we're slowing this down, so listen to this.
Come out of the trailer after I heard Daniel about, I'd say,
We got to talk about Thursday.
10 minutes after I heard him, I come out of the trailer. I opened up the door.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Standing here.
What?
Out of the trailer.
What's going on?
Heard Daniel about, I'd say, I was, come out of the trailer after I heard Daniel about, I'd say.
Oh my God, Janie. Janie, after you heard Daniel, well, why are you coming out 10 minutes later after you hear Daniel? Do you suspect something is up? I thought you were laying there.
10 minutes after I heard him, I come out of the trailer. I opened up the door. Was
Okay, now listen to this. She's saying 10 minutes. She's saying about 10 minutes after Daniel is yelling. And she goes to Malehya and says, how long have the kids been missing? She says, about 20 minutes. So Daniel, Malehya, so that means you guys would have had to have noticed that they were missing in the first 10 minutes. Right? Right? So she heard him from the kids and they went outside after 10 minutes. We kids are missing and you're frantic and you would call them nonstop. But she heard them call out 10-minute intervals. Yeah. Right. Because if we have always heard that they were missing, they noticed that they were missing at 20 minutes. But she says Daniel was hollering for the kids 10 minutes prior. She didn't think nothing of it. Which means they could have only been missing 10 minutes before they noticed them missing. And let's think about that. They were inside. Jack was in the kitchen. Lily was in the living room. What did Cheryl say? So they had to have time to put on their boots and stuff. Wouldn't surprise me, Paul. Janie says, I blame myself. If I had gone out, this, would have never happened. What's this? This is a specific thing, not if I would have come out, the kids would have never gone missing. Yeah. They know, in my opinion. They know. But why? So if it was only 10 minutes when Daniel and them noticed, because Janie says it was 10 minutes, about 10 minutes when Daniel was screaming for Jack and Lily. After the last time Daniel and Malehya heard Jack and Lily in the house, they were in two separate rooms. They had to get their boots and stuff on. Right? And then they went outside. But wait a minute. That couldn't have been either. You know why? Because Janie says she hears the kids first. And then a little bit later, She hears Daniel. So they would have had to have been missing longer than 20 minutes. And you know Daniel, you know Malehya, you guys told them the last time you saw them was 8 a.m. Malehya had no tears of worry or fear. No. And I think Daniel is crying, in my opinion, about what happened, what he had to go through, what he had just experienced.
Standing here, Malehya was standing right here with Meadow on her hip. And I come out and I said, "What's up?" She said, "Jack and Lily are missing." I said, "How long?" She said, "About 20 minutes." I closed the door, got my boots on, came out here, ran up in the woods.
No, Paul. No. The kids want breakfast? God, no. The last time Malehya, or Daniel says Malehya seen the kids was 7, 8 p.m., no later than 9. So, I mean, it's not like they haven't ate for upwards to 15 hours, right? It's not like they're supposedly sick, right? It's not like, Jack would need changed. All they said was, get out of the room. Get out of here. We're trying to sleep, and we want Meadow to sleep. But Daniel also says, right? Daniel also says, I'm the only one that cares for Jack and Lily. Malehya put them on the side. No. You told her to get out. You told her to get out. So, no breakfast, no change, no nothing. At all.
Here. The kids have a little fort that they made out of sticks and fir branches. And that's where they go. You can see them and hear.
There also appeared to be some sort of recorded voice message, it looked like, in my opinion, on Jayne's phone. I would like for her to go up a little bit to the 6 a.m. time frame. Right? D ran up to the cabins. He said 30 seconds away, but on his way back, heard him calling the kids. D told Jayne that kids were missing, jumped in the vehicle, left. That can't be, though, Care. No, not according to Jayne, because Jayne says they were on the back road back there behind the house. Right? Daniel says, I looked in the yards, I looked in the house, looked in their bedroom, nothing. I looked outside, nothing. I immediately jumped in my car, surveyed all the dirt roads around the house, all of the culverts, and then came back and waited for the RCMP to show up. Other times he says the RCMP had already showed up. I agree, Salty. rubs me the wrong way when she's been the last couple of years. I bet those earlier message and phone calls were deleted. I don't know. Why immediately say they're missing? Wouldn't say that. I'd initially say my kids are lost.
Them. We went for walks in the woods. I had to practically carry Jack through the woods because there was no way that he was walking through all that tree falls and bushes. I did this whole area.
There's no way, according to Jayne, that they would be in the woods. She says that she had to carry Jack over the woods. And she also says when Jack doesn't want to do something, he doesn't do it. Remember, come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie. But she says her first instinct was to check the woods.
There's an old road up back. When I got up to the end, to the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, did you find them? He said, no. He said, you coming with me? I said, no. I said, I'm going to search this area.
You know, I know there are some people that give Belinda a hard time. I see it in chat right now. But I don't think it was necessarily Belinda's fault, to be quite honest with you. Because Belinda saw the kids right up until they moved, even when Daniel and her were together. When they moved, that is when things changed. That is when things changed. And Malehya said Daniel did not want her around. So I think Jayne was I don't think she's the type to want to intrude per se. And I also think Malehya wanted to keep the peace with Daniel as much as possible. Right? The first 6 months of Daniel and Malehya being together, Jayne got to see the kids. She got to see the kids until they moved into this place.
Because when she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods.
She definitely failed them.
That was my first instinct. So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here and came back down the side of the road, came back down here and came back up the same spot. I went back into the house. By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time. I didn't take my phone. The cops were here.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods. It's about, I don't know, 100 feet up in the woods. Ran up there, ran right back down, which only took me like 30 seconds. And I was screaming for Lilly and Jack, you know, all the way out when I was running up to the cabins. And my mother heard me, so she came out and said, you know, what's going on? And I said, you know, Lilly and Jack are missing.
And they happened to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel.
So it's interesting. I just noticed this. Daniel and Malehya say they hear the kids, and then all of a sudden, quiet. Janie says she hears the kids, and then all of a sudden, quiet. Both of them say that. Daniel and Malehya said they were being, a little loud or whatever. Pressed, told Lily to get out, heard Jack in the kitchen, and then quiet. And then Janie's in the bed. She hears the kids outside too. And then, all of a sudden, quiet. Kids don't all of a sudden get quiet. Those kids aren't going to get quiet like that. Everyone can hear two kids around there. So I think almost all of this is manufactured that morning. That's why they don't talk about what happened in that home that night. Daniel, what did you guys do that night inside the house? Right? Did you and Malehya watch a movie? Did you talk about something? What were Jack and Lily doing on the night before they vanished? Right? Did you give them medicine? Did you read them a bedtime story? What did you do that evening, Daniel, Malehya? It was just a normal evening. Okay, well, tell me what a normal evening is to you. What is your normal evening, Daniel? We all have a routine. All of us have a routine. We do almost the same stuff every day. Right? Why is that doing that? Okay, sorry. Jilly, thank you so much, my dear, for gifting the pearl necklace. How you doing? Thank you, Jilly. Good to see you, my love. If you received that message, please, or received that pearl necklace, please thank our beloved Jilly for gifting you that. Exactly. What did they have for dinner? Did they feed the kids? What did everyone eat that evening? Right? What was going on in the house? Did you give them a bath? Right? I mean, Malehya, if you suddenly are the ones that, put the kids to bed, what was Jack wearing? What date will you start talking about reality? What do you mean, CB? What do you mean? I'll
I tell him,
entertain
do you
you.
hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're
Instantly.
looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call.
We instantly got up. We instantly did this. We went outside. I call 911. Because it was her instinct to do that, right? I don't think if Daniel or Malehya is asleep, I don't think it's very if one of them's asleep, you're not going to say, "Hey, wake up. Do you hear the kids? Do you hear the kids?" Why are you going to wake that person up? Get off your tuchus and go See if the kids are in there. Right? Go see. That's all you got to do. What night were they at Patty's? Wednesday night. Wednesday night. Right. No. Nope. Not in this case, Jane Doe. Nope.
Malehya and baby were
If you have any ideas on a perpetrator, RCMP has not said that they believe that they were taken by anybody. No, the bus driver didn't do it. That's ridiculous.
asleep.
It's ridiculous.
Lily came
Sorry,
in
there's nothing
multiple times.
nothing even possible
I was
about that.
not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20 minutes passed, and then
See? Daniel says here 20 minutes passed. About 20 minutes passed. He was not in deep sleep, even though Malehya says he was in sleeping, and she was the one that was up. Right? But Daniel says he, after he gets up and looks inside the house, yes. And then he goes outside. He starts yelling for the kids. Then that's when allegedly Janie hears Daniel yelling. And she says, so she dozes off. Doesn't think nothing of it. And suddenly, this, I know, the bus driver, listen, is ridiculous. I'm sorry, not sorry. The man had nothing to do with it. This is not some crack smoking person that we're talking about here. There's no evidence to even prove that they walked out on the road, let alone anything else. There is cameras on a bus. This guy is not some habitual offender. You know what it takes to drive a bus? There's a lot of things, backgrounds and stuff. There's just nothing. There's just nothing. That is wishful thinking. That's it. You know, if you gave me something to work with, but this is not how parents behave. They don't lie when a child is missing. They don't change their stories 952 times to the second power. So there's that. I can absolutely respect anyone's opinion if it is based in some form of reality. But there's just no reality to that. None.
when I woke up, Malehya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lilly and Jack.
The time, no one will say for sure, but police
Robin,
say
what's
it was
wrong? CB, what's wrong?
around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
Is continuous talk about how obvious this is. Okay, let me find this right here. This is by Kimber Lapp. At the point he does, Daniel immediately jumps in his vehicle and surveys all the dirt roads and culverts. Yes.
Very stressful.
Daniel, where's this shirt at? Daniel, what did you do with this shirt? Guys, that's what we need to be asking Mr. Daniel. That's what we need to be asking Daniel, honestly. Daniel, where the hell's your shirt? 2 of them. This shirt is one of them. Look at it, Saturday. It's raining. I think the driveway got raked and the footprints were planted. Perhaps. Perhaps.
I mean, ever since the Friday morning, when we noticed that the children were gone, immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there.
Immediately jumped in the car. Nothing, no talk about seeing his mom, no talking about running up to the cabins, no talk about jumping on an ATV at all. When we noticed the kids were gone. If Malehya was planning an exit, she wouldn't let DM off Lily to hide what happened to Jack. No, guys, those kids are not. She did not hide those kids, I'm telling you. I mentioned Daniel. Okay, it's his interview in a later video. That's interesting. Give it up for Kimber Lap. Check this out, guys. I don't think our friend is in here right now, but Mrs. Daphne, she did an incredible video. Oh, she did an incredible video here. And I want to show it, but I don't know if I should use Deception Detective first or not. We'll go here. It'll be okay. Daphne, this was 5 hours ago. Look at this. Sorry, I couldn't find my button. Here we go.
Today I have some exciting video to show you. It's of Jack and Lily before they disappeared.
This is it.
Very
Look at this,
recent,
guys.
it looks like. And there are...
I was trying to find... I have it on a different program, but I couldn't share it, so she's got it here. Look at how good Jack and Lily are here.
around dogs. So we know that they were not afraid of dogs. Now, before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. That way you're updated when we post new videos. Also, I want to mention that you can become a member if you would like.
It is.
You get really cool emojis and little stamps, and also get first access to new videos that we post. Now, let's get started with today's video. So the first part of the video is going to be Jayne. She's talking about her dog and how Lily and Jack haven't been around dogs before. Well, I am going to show a video that proves her wrong. Anyways, in my opinion, I don't believe her dog really cared for Jack and Lily, or
Me too.
I don't know. Like, there's something there because she's always mentioning. All right, let's talk about the drones. And the other part of the video, you can hear Jayne talking about drones still flying over, and that she mentions that,
I'll make it big
that
as
the
for you as
investigators have been quiet. Well, in my opinion only, I believe that she is frightened, like she's scared. Why are they keeping quiet? Why haven't they let us know what's going on? Why are they not updating us? In my opinion only, this is usually a technique that investigators do. They stay quiet. Now, I don't know if these particular investigators are doing this on purpose, or maybe they just don't have any information to give them. Who knows? But it's usually a technique that they do because they want to make you squirm. If they think maybe you're a suspect, in my opinion, they want them to squirm, if that makes sense. And then the last part is about the pothole again. She's talking about the pothole, and then she changed it over to she was leveling out ground for a pool to put in the driveway. Now, in my opinion, I think that she saw the video of the guy that was walking by on day one to just show how dark it was there at night.
Look at this.
And when they realized that was an older video, nobody was filming them filling potholes or whatnot.
Do you know how dark it is where they live at night? Did Justin go to Jayne with a dog? I believe so. I believe so. It is so dark in that place. They're up in like a little holler kind of thing. There's no lights. If kids went missing at 8, that would mean she talked to Malehya at 8:20, right? Then her brother calls after the kids reported missing at 8:48. What the hell? Bingo. Bingo. No, there's no street lights or anything. Oh, did I put crime files? Thank you for that. Let me fix that. Case files. Link is provided in the description as well for Daphne. Yeah, she did it. Watch this.
They changed it to leveling out for a pool. Now, this is just my opinion and my opinion only, but that's what I think. What do you think? I want to hear your comments below, and let's get started.
He was the only one that was sick. I think the reason why Jack didn't go to school is because I didn't think I don't think she wanted Jack to go to school by herself. That's my opinion. They missed school to Thursday, yes. They went to town Thursday around lunchtime. I have no idea what they went. I do not even know what they bought. I heard them out in the yard here Thursday afternoon. And when I heard them out, my dog started barking. My dog tells me when the kids are in the yard. Okay? I went out. When they heard them out in the yard, my dog started barking. I opened the door and let my dog out. My dog is penned in. I do not let my dog around Jack and Lily. From what I hear.
That's interesting. She doesn't let her dog around Jack and Lily. It seems like she said this, that Lily's scream kind of bugs her dog. Right? And remember what Belinda said. She would not let them in Saturday. Her dog was caged, but I thought she was sleeping with her dog.
I went out. When they heard them out in the yard, my dog started barking. I opened the door and let my dog out. My dog is penned in. I do not let my dog around Jack and Lily.
They're missing you, doofus.
From what I hear through the grapevine, Jack and Lily have not been around animals. When they first came here, I tried to introduce my dog to Jack and Lily, and Lily started to scream. because my dog was near her. Ever since that, I've kept my dog away from the kids, Jack and
Why don't you introduce them slowly? Not that she's scared to death of dogs, but she gets adapted and used to them. How about that? Maybe that would work better. What did Sandy say? Oh, yeah. I think she needs to lay the
Lily.
pipe down.
Thursday, when I opened up the door, Jack and Lily were right beside the playhouse looking for worms under a board. When I
Hold on.
looking for Jack. Thursday, when I opened up the door, Jack and Lily were right beside the playhouse looking for worms under a board.
You say that Lily hates bugs, right? Which board around here are they looking for?
When Jack said to me, "Look, Granny, I found a worm. I found a centipede." I said, "Good boy, you keep looking." That's when I went over in my front of my RV and started raking the gravel for the swimming pool. Because I was waiting for Daniel to find his tools so he could help me put the top board up on the fence so I could put the boards up because I couldn't hold one end and nail the other end. Anybody that knows that, anybody that does carpentry knows that
Daniel, you found your stapler, I hear. Have you used it one time, Mother Chicken? Have you used it? Idiot. Took you 73 days.
it's impossible to do to get it balanced and hold one end up and the other end drop. After Daniel helped me, I continue putting the boards on the fence. But there was another fence on the other side that was there before that. So I was out there doing my fence. Jack and Lily were in the backyard playing. I came in the house.
Jack and Lily were in the backyard playing. Hey, Astro Train, good to see you, my dear. RCMP should not have let Janie back in the RV until they got a search warrant. 1,000%. 1,000%. What that RCMP officer should have done is said, okay, that's fine if you're not going to let me in, but I'm giving you a lawful command. You are not going back in there. I'm going to call my supervisor right now, and we're going to get a warrant to go back in there, to go in there. That's what should have happened. They supposedly didn't get in there till the next day. Why are these fences so important? Yeah. Why are they so important?
House to have some supper. I do not know when the kids went in the house.
This is Thursday night. The evening, listen to this. This is the evening. They could have gone missing. Thursday. I don't know what time they went in the house. They were outside. Okay. Did something happen out there? Was Malehya and Daniel not watching them? Was Malehya and Daniel in the bedroom doing God knows what with God knows who? Were they fighting? Because the kids were able to let the chickens out before the fence was repaired. Well, but Janie also said that she thought Jack could have let the chickens out, lifting up stuff to let the chickens out. Right? So I think something happened that evening. Whether it was outside or they went inside, and that happened. Maybe they're telling some things about actually Thursday night, but saying it's Friday morning. My car got searched for no reason in Claire's main border. I've been driving for hours, needed to pee so bad. They wouldn't let me go to the bathroom until they were done and waved on me on. Yep. Oh, yeah. You're not doing anything. There's a handful of kids who have went missing close to Truro, Nova Scotia, and the kids are so close to it just clicked in my head. Cops still have all the cases as unsolved as well. I hope not. All adults going back to sleep that late in this morning. Yeah. Yeah, Charlotte. Good to see you, by the way, honey. Haven't seen you in a minute. And you know, it's get out of here. Get out of the room. Just the three of them in the room. I think it's important. I think it's very important. But to me, that tells me something had already happened before 6/17. I believe wholeheartedly something happened before 6/17. In my opinion, it's not even, I don't even see another way. There is no way that those two lazy asses would have been up that early that morning whenever the kids weren't going to school, right? Weren't going to school. And at 6/17, you're sending an email. No. No. You can't convince me that. And by the way, y'all were saying, don't wake up Meadow. Don't wake her up. Well, I mean, Daniel, Malehya, if this is, 9 o'clock in the morning, she would have been asleep all night long. She's 17, 16 months old at the time. Mornings are generally good for babies, right? They get up, they're happy. You might put them down around noon or 1 o'clock or something like that. Give them a little afternoon nap. But I tell you, though that footage of allegedly the children in the parking lot Thursday evening, in my opinion, those are truly, well, either way, those are the absolute last few hours, in my opinion, of Jack and Lily's life. I don't think that they're alive. I think statistically it's just about 0. I hope I'm wrong. Drowned and there's no evidence, anything else. I don't believe Dylan Eller drowned. No, I don't believe he drowned. I believe if he did drown, it wasn't as quick as Grandma said, and she just wasn't watching him.
I don't know what time they went to bed. I don't know anything of that.
She doesn't know what time they went to bed or anything. Janie, you didn't look out the window at any point that night and see lights on or anything else? You didn't ask Daniel, son, what happened that evening? What was going on in the house? Anything happen? Watch this.
So this is a video of Lily and Jack. It looks very recent before they went missing, and they are around dogs. Now, mind you, one is a puppy, the other is a small dog, like a Lhasa Apso, I believe it's called. But it doesn't look like they're scared of dogs at all. Now, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the fence that Janie mentioned in one of her statements. So Janie mentioned that she was putting up a fence and it was hard for her to hold the 2x4. Now, when I look at the yard, yes, maybe those are 2x4s, but it more looks like a pallet. But if you know anything about fences, which I do, let me tell you, you have to dig below the
Look at
frost
this.
line and
So
you got to
cute.
pour concrete. So I live up in the Northeast and we have to dig at least 3 to 4 foot under, and then you put your post in and then you fill it with concrete. Now, I'm just curious if they did that or not. Let's get on with the video.
Well, I don't know why anybody would be doing that whenever it's raining. You can't set your post like that when it's raining like that. Whether you set it in dirt or concrete, cement, it's not going to sit right. Janie speaks defensively because she knows she has to protect. Yeah. You don't pick apples that time of year. Look at precious little Lily.
So this is a clip of Jack and Lily. They're picking, looks like apples. There's a lot of apple orchards up north, and it looks like what they're doing here. But it's just good to see them like in an actual video, in my opinion.
I've been holding this in for 2 months until Thursday when I gave my interview. The reason why I've been doing this is the investigators advised me not to speak to anybody because of their investigation. But it's been over 2 months.
We know that the RCMP has came out and said that they have not told them to not speak. The only way, Janie, Daniel, Malehya, you both three have said this, the only way you cannot speak, they can order you not to speak, is if you have a gag order in place set by a judge under the penalty of law, right? You'll get in trouble if you speak. They have came out and said, we didn't tell them that they couldn't talk. We told them to just please be mindful of what you say. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Mama Angie, I've got Dylan Eller's phone number. I speak to him
Now,
quite
I
often.
find the investigators are not telling us anything. They put only one report out since all this happened.
What do you mean they're not telling you anything? Doesn't Daniel say he speaks to them nearly daily? Huh. Wonder who's lying. In this case, I believe Janie's actually telling the truth in this case. Daniel, you don't have an in with the RCMP. Stop that. You look embarrassing. You're not speaking with the RCMP like, you know, you're helping to find Jack and Lily. You know that.
They are not giving us any updates. I'm tired. I can't deal with this because
How do you think Jack and Lily are? Wherever they are. You're tired? You're tired. You don't think investigators are tired? You don't think those searchers are tired? You're tired. You was napping in your freaking camper.
they are keeping stuff to themselves, which the public should know. We should know what is happening.
Y'all should know what's happening? Really? Really? Well, if you haven't been cleared, why should we know? Hmm.
Yes, we still have drones that fly over or that are over our place.
Drone, Janie,
It's usually
drone.
Friday and Saturday nights, mostly. Filling potholes in. How dark it is.
Okay. When she says that when they're flying, the drones, she says, are flying over her house. It's usually Friday and Saturday nights. When she's filling in potholes, aka they got paid, they're smoking pot, and they landed in a hole.
Because they drove by to show everybody how dark it is. If they
Okay, now that you've listened to that, let me know what you think below. I want to add one more clip in here. I don't want to make this video too long, but this last clip, you hear Janie talking about Justin and why her son is crying so much. Like she's really emotional over that. Then the other clip I'm going to let you listen to, she's talking about the kids in past tense.
I was
Listen.
crying, and Justin felt bad for me because I was blaming my.
Janie, you feel sorry for yourself. That is the worst kind of person, in my opinion. Someone who feels sorry for themselves, right? I agree, like said. I agree. She was feeling bad for me. How about let's feel bad for Lily and Jack? They're 4 and 6, not 64. 4 and 6.
Myself for not getting up and checking on Jack and Lily,
Hold on, what?
and checking on Jack and Lily.
Checking.
That's the reason why Justin was crying, because he was crying because I was crying, and he was also crying because he was upset about Jack and Lily. And another thing,
I just don't see him. I mean, I'm sorry. I may be prejudging being against Justin, but I just don't see this man crying like that. I just don't. She yells when she cries. She yells even when she cries, allegedly. I'm sorry. I don't know. Justin is crying.
When we go walking up the old road here, up the top of the hill here, up above my place there, if Jack didn't want to walk, Jack wouldn't walk. He would stand there and he would just, I'd say, "Come on, Jack, we're gonna walk." He would stand there and he would stamp his feet, fold his arms, and just look at me. And I'd say, "Come on, Jack, we're going for a walk." I'd have to go and take him by the hand to make him walk. Jack was a kid, if he didn't want to do something, he wasn't going to do it. Lily, she would walk along. I'd have to yell at Lily, "Lily, wait up for us, wait up for us." But Jack, no. Jack would not move if you didn't take him by the hand and tell him to come on.
Okay, guys, let me know what you think of this video. I appreciate all of you. I want to hear your thoughts, your comments below. Thanks for watching and have.
So we've only listened to Janie's thing, her whole thing once. Tonight I'm probably going to go listen about when she is riding on the ATV again with Justin. I think that is very critical. And I don't think Daniel expected her to talk about that. I really don't. Thank you, Lakeside, my love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. I know it's annoying sometimes, Mama Angie, it really is. Can you imagine all the yelling Janie did, especially at Jack? I cannot imagine. Cannot imagine. No, I can't. And I can see Malehya being stuck there. I can. I really can. And as much as I would just like to just like, Malehya, get your shit together, girl. There's only one reason, in my opinion, why you're not talking, and that's because, in my opinion, you have knowledge of what happened. But I can absolutely see why she felt like it was her against them. I do believe she was isolated. But I cannot understand why she wouldn't. Like, I really hope, I really, really hope that Malehya, if she knows something, she is actually speaking with the RCMP right now and working with them so we can know what happened to Jack and Lily. Oh, I believe it was definitely her versus Janie, for sure. Absolutely. No, no, I do not believe that, Crisscross. Nope. I don't believe it. I don't believe law enforcement ever told her to not speak. I don't believe that. They cannot tell you to not speak. It is a free country in Canada. You have the right. No one can suppress your speech unless there is a gag order in place. That is the only way that they can suppress your free speech. Nope. Nope. I don't buy it. That's always, and you'll notice this in so many cases, that is suspect 101, what they always say. Even law enforcement told CBC News. Law enforcement tell us, we didn't tell them that they couldn't talk. We just told them to be mindful. No, that's okay. You can have a different opinion, Crisscross. I'm just telling you. I don't buy it. I just don't buy it that she says that she can't speak. Now, I will say this. If she knows something or did something, it is in her best interest to not speak. It truly is. No, I believe that. If she knows something or did something and is not willing to tell the RCMP, work with the RCMP, then yeah, her best bet is to just be quiet. Yeah. Ooh. Pretend judge. Janie, beach, please. You literally separated Jack and Lily from your grandbabies with your own words. I knew Daniel and Malehya had guilty knowledge. Now I believe Janie and Justin as also. I think I just don't see how this little, like, all they have is each other on that property, right? All they have is they're a clan kind of there on that little property, and they're going to know. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's not law enforcement, right? That is private counsel, right? And it is your decision. The only time it's not your decision is if it is ordered by the courts. And that, it takes a lot for a court to gag someone in the free world of their speech on, and it's only on certain topics, by the way. Sometimes it's everything across the board, but it's usually on just certain topics. It's hard to gag someone about speaking about a specific, or the entire genre, if you will, of Jack and Lily. It's usually just something, a specific things that they will gag you with. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Census, so good to see you, hun. Good night, playful learning. Yeah, it's getting late. Okay. Let me see this right here. Oh, I got to show y'all this. I have got to show y'all this right here. Deception Detective did an amazing job right here. Our big DD. Hold on. Let me, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Watch this.
July. The reason why I wanted you guys to come here and do the interview here is to show you exactly where everything took place. And to show people that this is what happened. All the stuff that people, all the rumors and accusations about us murdering the kids and burying them on the property, this place has been searched thoroughly. The well has been checked, the septic tank.
I think everything Jayne Mackenzie just said is true. but not the whole truth. So in today's video, let's watch the rest of her CBC interview about her missing step-grandchildren, Lilly and Jack Sullivan, and count the gaps. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation. So if that's your thing, hit subscribe. For exclusive videos and other cool perks, join the channel. Link in description. If you missed my last video, don't worry, I'll link it on the end card, but we've already analyzed the first half of this interview. So before we grab our deception decks and pick up where we left off, I just want to quickly elaborate on what I said in the intro. Just because I think someone is telling the truth, that doesn't mean I think they're telling the whole truth or nothing but the truth. That's why the testimony oath has 3 clauses. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So when Jayne said they didn't murder the kids, fair enough. But are they covering up something else, like a negligent homicide? When she said they're not buried on the property, I also think they would have been found by now. But that doesn't mean they're not buried somewhere else. In fact, taking Jayne at her word when she said she's there to tell what happened actually hurts her. And that's because she's already admitted she doesn't know what happened. So why is she so defensive? And why is her priority not what I would have expected of the step-grandmother of 2 missing children? To find the kids and get information out there and ask for help. Even when she said, I'm not here to lie, that wasn't a guarantee that she won't lie or that she hasn't lied. It was just a vague declaration of past intent. Anyway, I think you get the point. So let's pick up where we left off with Jayne beginning to search for Lilly and Jack after, and note this, being told by Malehya that they were missing before Malehya had even asked her if she knew where the kids were or had even searched.
Yep. Malehya didn't ask. You know, this is the thing. They should have been questioning each other when Jayne came out, right? Which Malehya should and Daniel should have already been at Jayne's door. Hey, is the kids missing? Is the kids missing? Or have you seen the kids? Are they in here? When's the last time you seen them? When's the last time you heard them? All of that. But when Jayne says she's out there, she sees Malehya out there in the yard, and Malehya says the kids are missing, you know, she should have been asking question after question, like, what do you mean the kids are missing? Have you called 911? Right? All of these things. None of that.
The trailer that Jayne was in.
When she told me the kids were missing, you
Just 20
automatically
minutes.
think they went into the woods.
No, you
That's
don't
your
automatically
first, that
think
was
that.
my first instinct. So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here and came back down the side of the road, came back down here and came back up the same spot. I went back into the house. By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time, I didn't take my phone. The cops were here. There was a bench sitting here, or a sawhorse, it's over there, was sitting here. I was sitting on it, bawling my eyes out. I was crying because I blame myself for not getting up that morning to see the kids. Because if I would have got up, this wouldn't have never happened. Okay? That's why I was crying.
We've heard a lot about the patio door.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go see that.
Sure.
So this is the patio
This
door.
is the patio door.
That,
Oh my God,
Jack
I
and
just
Lily
thought of
live in.
something.
Jack and Lily.
I just thought of something really good. So Jayne says, if I would have gotten up that morning and seen them, they wouldn't have been missing. And I've always said to Jayne, that's not your fault. It's not your fault. But Jayne says she thought Daniel was at the door screaming for the kids to come back inside. Jayne, if that is the truth, then that means they were outside by themselves, which if you thought they were outside by themselves and you heard Daniel yelling for them, that means they go out by themselves all the time. That's not a rare occurrence. That being said, if they go out by themselves all the time and never go missing, what changed this morning, that morning, where you said if you would have seen them, they would have not went missing? They're outside by themselves all the time, apparently. For you to not think that, it's a normal occurrence for Daniel to be yelling at the kids to come in, that means they were outside by themselves. Right? And if they go out by themselves all the time, then what does that mean? They don't run away then? If you were out there, why would that have changed, Janie? Make it make sense for me, please. Make it make sense. Something happened. Someone was just arrested trying to sell her kids Virginia. Yeah. Now, Daniel says Malehya never takes the kids outside. Daniel says he's the only one that takes the kids outside. But yet, the way Janie is speaking, that it's a normal occurrence. I agree, Cindy. I agree. Yeah. I don't know. Supposedly close to the gate, I think. Doesn't make sense at all.
Came out of.
And so tell us why we've heard about the patio door.
Because everybody's saying on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok that the patio door.
Oh, is there cameras there? Where's cameras?
Everybody's saying on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok that the patio door makes a noise. And why they didn't hear the door open.
You had that sliding glass door with more oil in it than P. Diddy's briefcase.
Bedroom is back there. Okay?
That far window.
The last window is the bedroom.
That's not a camera, that's a light.
The reason people talk about how much noise that sliding glass door makes is because Malehya Brooks-Murray, Lilly and Jack's mom, used it as part of her alibi. According to her, it's completely silent, which is why she didn't recognize that her toddlers, Lilly and Jack Sullivan, had wandered off outside on their own. So the fact that it does make a noise pokes yet another hole in her story. But her story's already a slice of Swiss cheese, so it's not that interesting. What's more interesting is Janie's reaction. I would have expected a truly innocent person to be at least a little bit suspicious about that. Malehya's entire alibi hinges on whether or not that door makes noise. Come to think of it, I haven't even seen Janie comment on the fact that Malehya doesn't live on that property anymore. Right?
I mean, Daniel, you said in, what was it? I think City News Everywhere that you heard the door.
After the kids went missing, she did one interview and then disappeared. One obvious explanation for why Janie isn't curious or suspicious about any of this is because she actually knows what happened. Whether she was filled in by Malehya and her son Daniel to help in the cover-up, or was involved right from the beginning.
Yeah,
but
I heard
even more
that.
telling than the things that Janie
talked
seems
about
to
it.
deliberately ignore, like the sound we all just heard, are the things she seems to deliberately address, like why she was crying on that morning. Normally, that would go without saying. Her grandchildren were missing, which makes me wonder if there was some other reason. And listen to this next part. Listen to
You
what
okay,
she brings
honey?
up.
And so they would have come out this door
They would have come out this
that
door.
morning.
Yes.
And then they went and played on the swing set.
Yes.
And that's when you heard them.
That's when I heard them. Right here in this area here.
Notice how Janie
them.
That's when I heard them.
doesn't give any sort of How long did you hear him, Janie? Come on, give us some times. Stop, Justin. Look at 705, this DD video. I will. Okay, we're almost there.
Right here in this area here. I plan on putting a pool up this year for the kids. You need level ground for a pool. That's what I was doing. I was leveling out the ground to set up a pool.
And this is the Thursday.
What if the dogs got out, or they let the dogs out? What if Janie, you said you let the dogs out whenever you went outside. Were the dogs already out? Did Jack let out the dogs? And is that why you were covering up dirt? Mixing it all around?
This is Thursday.
Right.
Friday, all the investigators, search and rescue and everything.
In the driveway.
Right around here was where they found the only footprint.
This is where the boot.
This is where I was raking that night. That's where the boot print was found. In the mud where I was raking.
I thought there was two boot prints.
There was supposed to be a footprint found away up on the pipeline.
Right.
Well,
there was 2 footprints actually supposedly found here, but they didn't
sent me the
confirm
picture of it. That's all I know. There was a footprint found.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the footprint was here. The only one that they can confirm that was Lilly and Jack's was right here.
So it was child size.
Yes, a man, one of the investigators came in here and was measuring it all.
No, who let the dogs out? Janie says when she goes outside to see Malehya, she mentions that the dog went out with her.
Mm-hmm. I'm not here to lie.
People who says they're not here to lie, they're lying.
The reason why I wanted you guys to come here and do the interview here is to show you exactly where everything took place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to show people that this is what happened. All the stuff that people, all the rumors and accusations about us murdering the kids and burying them on the property, this place has been searched thoroughly.
Oh.
The well has been checked, the septic tank, all the barns were searched.
Hold on.
RV was searched 3 times.
Oh, damn. Someone just sent me this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you.
This whole place was searched. If they want to come back and search again, they're more than welcome.
Here we go.
Talked about drones flying over your property.
Boom. Oh my God. Y'all see something in that picture? Oh, I do. I do. I just did, Deborah. What's that right there? Oh, they put cameras up. They're paranoid. Paranoia. Yep. Camera was just put there. Yeah. God forbid they have, safe things in space for, a 16-month-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old. God forbid they do that to their doors. Yeah, the camera also spins. Yeah, it's a 3. Yeah. There's one on the back of the shed, too. Yeah. The math house. Man. They're not much if you buy them on Amazon or something like that. Not much at all. I think it's Summer Wells 2.0. Roof. Sherry, why are you barking? Ruff, 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 ruff. Hey, crime science. Yeah. They couldn't put, you know, something over the door to make sure, you know, a child wouldn't escape or anything like that. I just bought 2 and each was about $70. They want to see who is sneaking around now. Having a camera will give them a chance to jump in the closet when the cops bang on the door. Well, they've got that hooked up to the interview. Kiki, do you love me? Hi, girl. Oh, look at the kitty under the bench near the fence.
You
Yes.
talked about cars driving down the road and
Yes.
slowing down. What's that been like?
I'm scared to go out sometimes in my own property. I mostly stay around back here.
Why? You have a camera now. You have a couple cameras, don't you? I mean, I think everybody should have cameras, really. Especially if they have kids or they live alone.
And if I do go out front for anything, I usually have my head down because I don't want people to see who I am.
Too late for that. You did an interview.
That is me myself. It's not because I'm hiding from anybody. I don't like to be on camera. I don't like my picture taken. I'm just a quiet person that just wants to be left alone, and I mind my own business. I'm just a hermit.
Imagine you did something terrible to your kids last night. So in the morning, you want to call the police and report them missing, but you also want to be able to prove to the police that the kids were there in the morning and that they just ran away. If you're not a very good liar, you might think to yourself, hey, my mom has been leveling the ground by the house to make a pool. What if I go put the footprint there so it shows up really well, and I'll just have her say that she was raking it last night? That way it'll be really obvious that the footprint must have been made in the morning because she was raking at night. What's the
Bingo.
problem? Well, someone like me is going to come along and analyze that story and point out how bizarre it is that grandma was raking the ground at night. And that's the problem with hoaxing, or going beyond just lying and actually trying to fabricate some evidence to sell your lie. For me, at least, it was the downfall of John and Patsy Ramsey, because I believe Patsy wrote that fake ransom note with John's help. It was the downfall of Kate and Jerry McCann, because I believe they opened the window to the room from the inside, because it could only be opened from the inside, to make it look like their daughter had been abducted. And in another high-profile missing child case from Nova Scotia, Dylan Ayler, it could be the downfall of his grandmother, who was supposedly watching him.
Yes, Janie, anything you say will be analyzed, right? You don't just say something while there's 2 children missing and people not think about it, right? We're going to talk about it. Period.
When he disappeared, if the boot that she found near the creek side, which apparently proved that he'd been washed away, ends up having been bought by her and planted there. But the implausibility of Janie raking the ground at night is just one of many data points which makes me think this
While it's raining.
is all a hoax. So check the playlist for my analysis of Daniel Martell's statements and Malehya Brooks-Murray's. Until next time, stay true.
We'll stay true, Mr. DD. Give it up for the DD, the big old DD. We don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did. If you hurt a kid, we're going to analyze it. Okay? How about that? These poor confused kids, so sad. And Meadow, yes. Yes, I just vision a dog going after Jack's pull up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's not a hermit. She's a hoarder, in my opinion. I don't know why I thought you was going to say, but I did when I read she's a hermit and I read she, I thought you was going to say she's not a hermit. She has crabs. Okay, that's right, Tina. I still believe they were in a car when Daniel was sleeping. Sometimes going to put a pool in the front of my RV wet it where it would be wet and muddy instead of a fence in the backyard. Well, I mean, get this. Yeah, I'm going to put, I can't stand Lily screaming. I can't stand that screaming. My dog flips out. So yeah, let's put a pool right in front of my windshield, right? Where my dog can look out and foam of the fucking mouth and bark. Because what do kids do when they're in the pool? Scream. Hello? I mean, think. Yes. Yes, that's right.
Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
That's what we have to say, Jayne. G.I. Jayne. That's what we got to say. No, don't call animal control. I think her dog's taken care of. She took it to the vet. Don't be calling people like that or anything like that. But the dog's hair is falling out, she said. Chris, my ass. Yes. I love that when Chris said that because he doesn't have like a lot of inflection in his voice or anything like that. And he generally talks at a very, monotone. He doesn't get really excited for anything. Even when he gets excited, he's like, my ass. I like that. DD could cause anyone to gag themselves, I bet. Joe? As a mother. Rogue, thank you so much for becoming a Pearl, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you so very much, my dear. Good to see you. He got excited over the proud feet. Yeah, I talked to Chris is one of the very few now that I will actually speak with outside of YouTube. Because he's got it together. He keeps it kosher and he cares. I know, Rogue. Yeah. I can imagine them trying to invent a timeline high on math, and this is the best they could come up with. You're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I agree with that. They got this camera for approximately $40. Something like that. About $40. So there's that. Daniel says, I want this to play. I played this earlier, guys, but I need to listen to it. It's going to be low, but I need to look at their words again real quick. So I just don't want to sit here and stare at the screen and while y'all are like, what the hell?
Lily and Jack's disappearance.
The circumstances surrounding Jack and Lily Sullivan.
Investigators encourage anyone with specific information on the whereabouts of Lily and Jack to call the Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crime.
Calling the Northeast RCMP Major Crime Unit.
To remain anonymous, contact Nova Scotia Crime.
You can remain anonymous.
By phone, through their website, or use the
Just 1 second.
People close to the investigation have expressed concern that the case now lacks urgency. How do you respond to that?
An RCMP family liaison is in regular contact with a designated relative.
I just want to see what she says right here.
The RCMP family liaison provides ongoing updates and support to the family so that they are aware.
Updates and report to the family so that they are aware of what is going on with the investigation and the information that can provided to
with the
them.
investigation and the information that can be provided to them. The family liaison officer is a member of major.
The family liaison officer is a member of major crimes.
So information is absolutely provided to the family through.
I don't know if this is the whole thing.
Brunswick and investigative team in the North.
Just 2 seconds, guys.
RCMP Major Crimes Unit is leading the investigational efforts.
Investigating efforts under the Missing Persons Act. They are assisted by the RCMP units of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick,
and Ontario.
Along with the National Center of Missing Persons and Unidentified Remains.
Along with the National Center for Missing Persons and Unidentified Remains, the Canadian Center for Child Protection.
The Canadian Center for Child Protection and provincial and municipal police agencies.
Police agencies from Nova Scotia and other parts of Canada.
Nova Scotia, parts of Canada.
Their efforts include reviewing approximately 5,000 video files that have been obtained through a video canvas of land.
Through a video canvas, over 5,000 video files through a canvas of Lansdowne Station and surrounding areas.
And the surrounding areas.
Assessing more than 600 tips from the public, formally interviewing more than 60 people.
Formally interviewing more than 60
But there's
people,
something,
including the administration of polygraph tests.
Including the administration of polygraph tests to some individuals. Forensic examination of materials. Materials located through ground and air searches in Lansdowne.
Examination of materials located through ground and air searches in Lansdowne Station.
Include a pink blanket that officer seized on Lansdowne Station. They never wanted to speak about this blanket, which is interesting. They are now speaking about it.
A pink blanket that officers seized on Lansdowne Road. And
submitting judicial authorization to seize and examine materials and devices.
Judicial authorizations to seize and examine materials and devices that may
provide information useful to the investigation right now. And submitting judicial authorizations to seize and examine materials and devices that may provide information useful to the investigation right now. That's interesting. So they are looking for information. Some of these people perhaps have electronics and all of that, but they don't say who. But in my opinion, I think we know. And examine materials. What kind of materials? I wonder.
Materials and devices that may provide information useful to the investigation. Right now, there are more than 800.
Right now, there are more than 800 tasks associated to this investigation. A tremendous amount of care, deliberate investigative work is underway by people here.
Amount of careful, deliberate investigative work is underway by people here at home.
At home and in other parts of Canada. Oh, 1,000%. Yes, KG, yes. Oh, this is absolutely criminal in my opinion. 1,000%. They had to switch. They had to edit their post 3 times in 90 minutes because it said criminal. But what does it mean at home and other parts of Canada? What does that mean?
And in other parts of Canada. Our
collective efforts will continue every day until we determined with certainty
every day until we determine with certainty
the circumstances surrounding Lilly and Jack's disappearance. The circumstances surrounding Lily and Jack disappearance, right? Not that they're not saying that they walked out on their own, right? If they thought, in my opinion, they would have walked out on their own, they would have said associated with the disappearance in when they walked from their Lansdowne home. But they didn't say that. Absolutely.
Dances surrounding Lily and Jack's disappearance.
Investigators encourage anyone with specific information on the whereabouts of Lily and Jack
to call the Northeast Nova RCMP.
Call the major crimes.
To remain anonymous, contact Nova Scotia.
And
Crime
remain
Stoppers
anonymous
either
if you
by
want.
phone,
Okay.
through their
I just found that very, very interesting. There were some certain words. The Nova Scotia RCMP intensive investigation into the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan continues. The investigative team of the Northeast Nova Scotia RCMP Major Crime Unit is leading. Oh, yeah, that's it. Hold on. Well, shit. Didn't mean that. But Major Crimes Unit is the one who is leading the way. Major crimes. And if you think this is not a major crime, if you don't think this is a major crime, you're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. That's just that. The difference from potholes, in my opinion, Janie. Yeah. Kara J. Indigo, thank you so much for becoming a Pearl, my darling. Welcome to the Pearl family. May I say, pearls look amazing on you, Kara. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Hopefully you are well. Y'all welcome Miss Kara J. Indigo to the new Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. Janie got a Der whole world's coming from looking straight at the sun. What did her daddy do? What did he put you through? I don't know. She's angry. Lady for Justice. Good to see you, my darling. Appreciate you. Thank you, love. Appreciate you very much. Sasha is here. One footprint. There should be 4 little... Yeah. Yeah. Well, remember what Janie says. She says, Lily's always like, come on, Jackie. Come on. Come on. She's going back and she's, bringing him. Right? Justin reading the Aerosmith words. Oh. I am? They just got to prove it, and they will. Yeah, I think they have a lot of it together. I think perhaps the most crazy part of this, in my opinion, is just finding where they are, right? What happened. Remember, they want footage from, what was it, like several days before even the kids went missing. I think they're very interested in Thursday evening until Friday morning, late morning, in my opinion. This is starting to sound like blues, not math. I don't know. What was this? Okay, I showed y'all that. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my content here straightened up. Because they don't want to talk about that. I really do believe that most likely they went missing Thursday. Okay. Where is the 2 seconds? Such a difference in grandmas here. Are they going to release any more of Durwood? Does anyone know? Are they going to release any more of Durwood? Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I put it under my favorites, I think. I think they would be releasing an extended interview, wouldn't you? I would think so, but maybe they're not. I got too many here. Okay. Step grandmother of missing. Okay, not that one. Maybe this one. Okay. Here. This is the whole thing. Guys, I know I just watched some of this. We couldn't hear it, but there's something else in this.
In the Northeast Nova RCMP.
I just need to see this because I saw something the other day interesting, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Intensive investigation into the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan continues.
Intensive investigation.
The investigative team in the Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crimes Unit is leading the investigational
RCMP Major Crime Unit is leading the investigation.
efforts under the Missing Persons Act. They are
Oh,
assisted
that's what
by
it is.
RCMP units in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario, along with the National Centre for Missing Persons and Unidentified Remains, the Canadian Centre for Child Protection, and provincial and municipal police agencies from Nova Scotia and other parts of Canada. Their efforts include reviewing approximately 5,000 video files that have been obtained through a video canvas of Lansdowne Station and the surrounding areas.
Who would have thought that there was even 5,000 files in Lansdowne Station? Oh my God. Thank you, Layla. There has been 400 pearls. That is not hitting the thumbs up yet. What is going on here? What is going on? Come on, pearls. You can do it. Yeah, so RCMP made this move, in my opinion, public. Yeah, yeah. Hello, can someone tell me something? Messages vanishes before I reading them. Some messages vanish. You can scroll, inhale, exhale. You can scroll, and that way it won't move. It'll pause where you want it to with your finger or your mouse. One was me, smashed it. Thank you so much.
Assessing more than 600 tips from the public, formally interviewing more than 60 people, including the administration of polygraph tests to some individuals, forensic examination of materials located through ground and air searches in Lansdowne Station, including a pink blanket that officers seized on Lansdowne Road, and submitting judicial authorizations to seize and examine materials and devices that may provide information useful to the investigation. Right now,
I wonder what they took out of that house. Did you hear it's Grammy shame? Malehya talked to her and said, Daniel. Yeah. Daniel's a liar. I mean, I don't say that about very many people. Like, I really don't just flat out say that. He lies. Very provable lies. Very provable lies.
now, there are more than 800 tasks associated to this investigation. A tremendous amount of careful, deliberate investigative work is underway by people here at home and in other parts of Canada. Our collective efforts will continue every day.
A tremendous amount of careful and deliberate
By people
investigative
here
work.
at
Do you
home
hear
and
that, Daniel?
in other parts of Canada. Our collective efforts will continue every day until we determine with certainty the circumstances surrounding Lilly and Jack's disappearance. Investigators encourage anyone with specific information on the whereabouts of Lily
Yes.
and Jack to
Yeah.
call the Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crime Unit. To remain anonymous, contact Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers either by phone, through their website, or use the P3 Tips app.
People close to the investigation have expressed concern that the case now lacks urgency. How do you respond to that?
An RCMP family liaison is in regular contact with a designated relative of Lily and Jack.
I mean,
The RCMP family liaison provides ongoing updates and support to the family so that they are aware of what
I don't think that they're in another province.
is going on with the investigation
Personally.
and the information that can be provided to them. The family liaison officer is a member of Major Crimes. So information is absolutely provided to the family through the people who have been designated to share those communications.
So like if, for instance, let's say they find, on video evidence of, let's say, one of the parents or both of the parents, RCMP asked them, did you go anywhere during the night time of Thursday after, let's say, for instance, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. to Friday morning, 7 a.m.? And they say, no, didn't go anywhere. Didn't go anywhere. And the RCMP finds that one of them did. That's going to be a problem, right? That's going to be a problem. And so if they could track said vehicle or whatever means of transportation they used, and let's say they went to the ocean, right? Then, and they obviously have other evidence, then I think they could probably have enough. One thing that Daniel says, and I got to be honest, it sticks out in my head, is when he says, water was up to my waist. Water was up to my waist. And I think of, who was Jean-Benet Ramsey? Not Jean-Benet Ramsey. Halloway. I can think of Beth Halloway. Natalie Halloway. Sorry. Natalie Halloway. I think of him saying and I think of also the girl that was just went missing in the ocean. Like they have to go out to a certain point for it to be even likely to take the whatever they are pushing out. Right. Yeah, Siggy, I understand you are in Canada. I'm aware of that. But what I'm saying is that, to me, between Thursday evening and Friday morning, that is too risky to be traveling that much when time is of the essence. Right? When time is of the essence. Most people don't travel huge distances whenever time is of the essence. Right? It is the timeline, though, for travel alert went out It is the timeline, though, for travel alert went out on their timeline. I don't understand what you mean. I don't get what you mean by that. Unless the timeline is correct, in my opinion. I mean, you know, they could have... Something could have happened. I mean, there was... I forget what... I've got the alert that they did, but I don't remember a travel alert. How could the kids have been playing on the swings when they were so wrapped up either? Do you think, I mean, think about it. That always goes fishing. Isn't that fishy? Mm-hmm. In the U.S., we can travel from state to state anytime we want to. Yeah. Yeah, we can go anywhere, anytime, any place. You got the money, honey, and the time, you can go. The swings are wrapped around. Oh, yeah. Well, they said at 8 a.m. something, right? Well, they tell. I've got it right here, I think. They say the last time they were seen was 8 a.m. When's the last time the parents seen him? 8 a.m. That's their words. So, yeah. Oh, my God. It's almost 1 o'clock. Okay, guys. I'm going to call it. We're going to call it a night. I've been here almost 3 hours. I have to drop a video, a long-form video that I'm going to be dropping here in a little bit. So look out for that by the end of the morning here. I'm going to be doing long-form content starting now. And I've been working on my little filming area. So it'll be a different setting than this. So yeah, that, and I'm working on Remy's studio, and we're going to have a lot more, I know I keep saying it, a lot more Remy videos coming very, very, very soon. And I'm finally going to do some merch. I'm going to do some shirts. And then we'll have special shirts for different cases. Like it might say, "Damn Daniel." I don't know, something. We'll figure it out. Oh, thank you, Linda B. And all of that. So I've been working. I literally worked until 8:30 this morning. And then I went to sleep at 8:30 and slept till 11:30. I've slept 3 hours in the past, I think, 48 hours, something like that. Takes up so much time. And the police scanner, love you too, Siggy. Thank you so much. Thank you, This the Way. Appreciate you guys. YouTuber, get some rest. I know. Hey, if you want to call me tomorrow around 2 or 3 Eastern, call me and we'll see if we can do a live. I'm in the group now, by the way. I've got some research and stuff for Delvin. If you want to do a live with me, we can do a live for Delvin. So just kind of let me know. Just let me know, my darlings. What would Daniel say? Not the truth. Yeah. Yeah. I am Siggy. Thank you, guys. Devlin. Yeah. I'm Delvin for some reason. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. God bless each and every one of you. Take good care of yourselves. Big virtual hugs from me. Hey, Sensa. So I texted you a minute ago. I don't know if you got it. Thank you, Bubby. Appreciate you, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll see y'all, Lord willing, tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Yeah, me too, Andy. Me too. Good night. God bless.